Christopher, your anchor for this channel. Well, they say change is good, change is inevitable, change is part of life, change is constant. Difficult, they say. Why is change difficult but change is good? The hardest part of change is that the process is difficult. But by the time we go through the process of change, by the time we are made, we begin to appreciate God, who is the author that brings change into our life. That is so beautiful. Yes, all this why once again I want to welcome you to this channel. All I was talking about was that you're welcome to Save the Education and Health of the Child Foundation, which is an NGO, and I'm happy to announce to you that the name of this channel has been metamorphosed from Save the Education and Health of the Child Foundation, but the NGO still remains. We are now known as Save a Child, Preserve Humanity Television. Well, that arm, Save a Child, Preserve Humanity Television, is one arm of Save the Education and Health of the Child Foundation. We have to adapt. It's either you adapt or you die. So we have learned how to adapt, because why? We want to take our place amongst the people. When I mean the people, I mean you. So once again, you are welcome to our channel. You are welcome to your channel. Save a Child, Preserving Humanity Television is part of you, is part of me. So once again, I say, please, as you stay tuned, please make sure you like. As we go on, make sure you subscribe. Don't just subscribe. Make sure you comment and make sure you share. Because when you do this, you are telling me that, or you are telling us here that the work we are doing is appreciative. The work we are doing is getting to you. The work we are doing here is telling well on the society. We are doing a laudable work here. So when you do all this, you are telling us that we should continue the work, because the work should keep going. It should keep moving from glory to glory, from strength to strength, from one level to the other. Then we'll be making a mark in what we are cut out to do here. So once again, I say you are welcome. Stay tuned, and I'm telling you, you will not have a regret for the time you'll be giving here. Every seconds, every minute, every hour, every minute of that you'll be spending with us here. Worth it, because by the time we are done, you will indeed agree with me that we are meant to be on this channel. So once again, welcome again. Today I'll be talking about unveiling. You see, unveiling the vision of the new Nigeria of my dream. You've been hearing me talk about so much about a new Nigeria. Yes, a new Nigeria is a reality if we agree to tell ourselves that the truth that this present Nigeria we find ourselves right now is dead already. So it's dead. Is a revival. So we are looking at a change. So we'll be unveiling. I'm talking about a renaissance. Renaissance that we are looking for revival, something that is dead, you bring it back to life. So we'll be unveiling the vision of a new Nigeria of our dream. So once again, I say you are welcome, and I'm telling you, you will flow as we go along in this section, and I'm telling you, you will be glad that you did. Once again, Save the Education and Health of Child Foundation, like I said, is an NGO. What's an NGO? An NGO is a non-governmental organization. NGO is not just an NGO, it's also a concept that is geared towards unveiling the new Nigeria of my dream, which I talked to you about. But many concept in the reality of what we mean. A concept is an idea meant to sell a commodity. A concept is an idea meant to sell a commodity. So you might ask, a concept is an idea. The new Nigeria of my dream is an idea. It's an idea bettered by God, and I'm the one, heralding it. Each time you see me here, I talk about a new Nigeria of my dream. I'm something in our time and in our day. So we need to herald what God is saying. But like I said, the Save the Education and Child Foundation is an NGO. It's also a concept. Heralding a new Nigeria of our dream. We said, a concept is an idea meant to sell a commodity. What commodity are we selling right now? The concept or the idea is a new Nigeria. And the commodity we are selling right now is the child. You agree with me? There can never be a new Nigeria without our children. So that's why you always hear me talk about a new Nigeria, because a new Nigeria needs to be better. This present Nigeria does not have a platform. I mean it, and I say it again, does not have a platform, to carry along our children. Our children cannot find expression. Do you know the education and health of our children is nothing to talk about? They have made our children to believe that education is a scam. Children just look at it right now. They don't need to go to school. They feel what they have in their minds or their mindset right now is that I can make it whether I go to school or I don't go to school. But in my days, while growing up also as a little boy, one of the things that makes you stands out, amongst your peers is that, they want to know your level of education. They want to know the kind of school that you went to. They want to know the kind of, the kind of brand you are made up of. But children of today, they have been, they have been told a lie that education is a scam. Because why? They gave them a new format, a new definition of success. Success that our youths or our children see this day is not just in God. Yes, you can get success without God. Truly, it's true. But I'm telling you, what gives you life is what sustains you. If God gives you success, He will tell you, He will give you the definition of what success is. Success in God is meant to go beyond you. But when the devil gives you success, it doesn't go beyond you. Remember, the devil gives you a blessing with one hand and you use the other hand or 10 hands to collect it. That is not the devil. But what are we trying to say? We are trying to let us know that in this place, we are trying to, everything we are doing in this foundation, we are trying to project the child. Our focus here is the child. Our focus here, I'm telling you, is to tell you that one child, there can never be a new Nigeria without a child. We need a child, to be educated. We need a child can only be educated when he has a sound mind. When our children are not having a sound mind, they cannot learn under an atmosphere that is conducive. Like you see in this, our country, Nigeria today, conducive. There's so much hustling and bustling. I'm telling you, even parents don't have time for their children. Children don't have time for their parents. A lot of things are going, and I'm telling you, if we keep going like this, I'm telling you, we will lose a whole generation. A whole generation will go down the drain, and these are one of the things we are looking at in this foundation to bring, a balance. When I mean a balance, something that will, give our children a sense of belonging. Because when you don't educate a child, which is his right. It's the right of every child to be educated. It's the right of every child to have a sound mind. When a child does not have a sound mind, there's no way he can be educated. But the atmosphere in which we find ourselves in Nigeria today, I'm telling you, does not give us a conducive atmosphere for that child to find expression. Imagining the hustling and bustling that's going around, the nation is suffering and smiling, and people are just, doing all sorts of things to make ends meet. That is why we came up with this, this concept of a new Nigeria of our dream. The concept or the idea, like we say, is the new Nigeria of our, the commodity we're about to sell to the whole world, or to let the whole world see, is the child, that the Nigerian child does not have what it takes at this moment, to come out, the way God has designed it to be. But in the new Nigeria, what we are projecting, suffice me to tell you now, right now, and there's an update, in case you don't know. The update is that Nigeria has the highest number of stunted children all over the world. What a news. So that's to tell you that there's so much hunger in the land. Nigeria has the highest number of stunted children all over the world. That's to say there's hunger, there's starvation in the land. So much, that has choked the child. The child cannot find expression in where he finds himself. You see, in God's arrangement and calculation, Nigeria is supposed to be one of the richest nations in the surface of the earth. But by human rating, right now, Nigeria is rated to be one of the poorest. So you see, whose report will we believe? I rather believe the report of God that tells me that, let every man be a liar, but let God be truth. because God cannot be a liar. Nigeria, is owned and bettered by God. So whatever man has rated this country, I know that Nigeria has a place in what God is doing in the affairs of the world. So we shouldn't put our eyes on what we are seeing right now in our nation, Nigeria. I'm telling you, God is doing a new thing. God is about to bring a new Nigeria. But you and I have to, agree with this vision in that God is about to bet amongst us. And how do we agree? Is for you to, agree with everything I'm saying here. I'm trying to tell you that, God is alive. No matter what we see with our physical eyes, we shouldn't judge by what we see. But I want to let you know that in everything that we see, we don't judge by sight, but we judge by faith, because we actually live by faith and not by sight. So whatever we are going to do, let's know that God is still in control. Even when we see things are going bad, we know that God is always in control. So when I see all these things in the nation, I mean, things are not in place. It has been a burden in my heart and a cry, because why? The Nigerian child cannot find expression in the area of his education and health. The right of the child has been jeopardized in all its ramifications. That is why I came up with this concept called, that's the idea, a new Nigeria of my dream. I'm telling you where our children can find expression. Do you know, in Nigeria of today, our children that do not have what we call moonlight setting storytelling. They're telling about, we can no longer tell our children moonlight storytelling. When I was a little boy, we used to enjoy those stories those days. Our parents would take us under the moonlight. You know what they call tales by moonlight? And they tell us stories of yesterday, stories that bring back memories, story that brings back, things that builds us up as children. When we listen to such stories, we begin to glide in those stories of our forefathers. How our parents don't used to go to hospital. Our parents don't know what backache is. Why our parents don't need, to queue for fuel and all that. Where our parents don't die of different kind of ailments like we have today. There's so much ailment killing people. Well, our parents don't, they live longer. You see, our parents live 100 and something, but now the life expectancy, of an average Nigerian right now is about 45 years old. Can you imagine? Retirement age has been slashed down from 60 years to 45. What a life we find ourselves in Nigeria. Our parents of those days do not know it. So our children are told, stories, tales by like, thank you for joining me wherever you are, any part of the world. I thank you for joining, queuing into this channel. I might not call your name, but I can see you, queuing in. I'm telling you, you are welcome. Please, as you join this channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and at the same time share. So at the end of the day, we will be doing something that is justifiable, something that is worthwhile, and you will not regret every minute or every second that you spend being with this channel. So I'm trying to let you know that story tells under the moonlight, tales by moonlight, is no longer visible in Nigeria that we find ourselves today, because why? There's rituals going on all over the places. There's kidnapping. So our lives are no longer safe. We're no longer our neighbors. We're no longer, people are afraid to go out. In my days, we visit our neighbors, and we sit down under the tree, and our parents telling us, tales of yesterday. But such things are no longer, visible these days because of insecurity in our nation called Nigeria. I'm telling you, all these things are vices that have kept our country under for our dream of a better Nigeria to come to pass. How do we, how do we intend to achieve this that I've been talking about, a new Nigeria of our dream? When you conceive a vision, the genesis of a vision is a man, and its accomplishment is a people. This is a vision that God has laid in my heart over 27 years. God made me to see the decadence of this present Nigeria that we find ourselves, and I've been pondering over it. Oh my God, how do we give Nigeria a better face? This situation we find ourselves in this country right now did not degenerate. It did not start today. The problem in Nigeria has started, years back. If you look back, years back, Nigeria has started, deteriorating. I used to tell people, I said the problem of this country is in tripartite problem. What I mean by a tripartite problem, you see, it's in three dimensions. The problem actually, have started from way back. I don't want to start from the way I used to start it, but I see that from the days of colonialism, when the colonial masters came, they came with a good intention. Mind you, I am not debunking. That our colonial masters did a good job. They brought us education. They brought us Christianity, which has brought us to where we are, to a certain level. But you see, when the colonial masters came, they were supposed to bring us Christianity, which is a life pattern after Jesus Christ, a life pattern after Jesus. But they came under the guise of religion. What am I trying to say? Religion is having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. What am I trying to say? When the colonial masters came, they came, with the intention to divide, Nigeria and to rule it. And that was what they did. And I'm telling you, that aspect of life that was brought to us did so much damage than good to us. I want you to look at it in this dimension. Because why? When you come to a people that have a culture of their own, you tell me, okay, the way we're living was not, but we're living comfortably as brothers and sisters. Nigerians, Africans are accommodated people. Africans are loving people. Africans are caring people. So, but when they came to give us Christianity, which is good, but they came with intention to divide us with interests, and to rule. And that was what happened, in this country. And since then, when they divide and rule us, we have never been the same again. So when you see, when you come before a people that are living peacefully, coexisting amongst themselves, and you come and you divide and rule them and tell them, they are not a people. When you divide and rule the people, you are telling the people they are not the people. So that was what happened during the time of colonialism. They divide and rule us, and that has been a pain in this country. This has been one of the bane of our society today. This is what has brought ethnicity amongst us. We can no longer, coexist among ourselves. We begin to see religious bigotry. We began to see nepotism. We began to see tribalism. We began to see all sorts of vices. The center can no longer hold again. We began to see, our nakedness. So when these things begin to amass, you see, we are no longer a people again. A people that are going somewhere, and somebody from somewhere came, and divide and rule people. What was yours was taken away. It has a way of, of destabilizing the people. Those are one of the things I see that actually, cause a setback in Nigeria. These are one of the problems that we see. I'm just going back to tell us, one of the problems that we have, that has caused a setback in Nigeria, and we are right now, and the problem has been degenerating. Another one is the government. The subsequent government that has ruled this country, does not have the interest of the people. So subsequently, as as the people come, they come with an interest, because why? A spirit has been passed from our colonial masters to the leaders that have taken power. So leaders right to set an example anymore. You begin to see that the people are now begin to look at themselves. They begin to have self-interest of what they can get and know how to lead and push the nation to the next level. So this sort of vices began to, degenerate this country. I'm telling you the second problem that put Nigeria where it is today, and that is the leadership. Well, though they say the labor of our founding fathers began to look at themselves. So corruption began to come in, maladministration began to come in, all sorts of vices that does not have the interest of the people at heart. Just like what we are noticing right now. See, government does not care about you. The government of today does not take cognizance of you as a citizen. A serious problem in this country right now. You can see what is going on. If there's inflation in the land, there's all sorts of vices. So when the people does not coexist as a people, they don't see themselves as one. I mean, all sorts of things creep in. Because the Bible says in Psalm 133 from verse 1, it says, behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together. It's like the precious ointment that is poured upon Jesus, who is our high priest, that flows from the hem of from his head to the hem of his garment. What am I trying to say? I mean, it is in unity that God commands, amen, his blessing. So when the government is ruling us, not having our interests in mind, there's disunity in the country. And where you have disunity, the center can no longer hold. We cannot hold ourselves as a people. So from time, leadership in the country has been degenerating. I'm just trying to let us know what has caused decadence in the leadership of our country. One of the problems that has brought Nigeria where it is today. And another thing I see is the citizenry. I started by telling us the problem started with the colonial masters. They divide and rule us. And since they divide and rule us, the center has since then not been able to hold itself together. You can see that there's tribalism, there's ethnicity. People no longer see themselves as one. As those that we see ourselves as brothers and sisters, but during that division, we no longer see ourselves. So if you look at it right now, every man is trying to fend for himself. So when we begin to see ourselves differently in what has been done to us during colonialism, you begin to see that we are no longer coexisting as a people again. So I see one of the problems again we have in the country is you and I. We don't agree among ourselves again. We don't agree. That's one of the things when I say is you and I, we have a part to play. I mean, in nation building, a lot of people frown at it. When I say you and I didn't exempt myself. Because we have a part to play in this nation. If this country is rotting today, it's not only the government, it's not only the colonial masters, but it's you and I. I also have a part to play. What am I trying to say? With the present inflation in the country, you can see that the price of things are going up because the government does not care about you. Even we honorary citizens that are also part of the country, we don't help matters. What do I mean? Help matter. We don't even help ourselves. People always take an advantage of any given situation. When there's no price control, people begin to put their own prices anyhow. When you go to buy a bar of soap in one place for 1.5, when you go to another place, they tell you is 2.5 or is 3.5. So what am I trying to say there? You see, the price is not stabilized. There's no price control. Instead of we helping ourselves to stabilize it, since government is not on our side, we also are contributing to make the inflation rate higher on us. So what am I trying to say here? Is that we ourselves are not also helping each other. We shouldn't, instead of which trying to help ourselves, we are also affecting ourselves in the economic situation of the country. We're not helping the economy. So these are one of the situations that we should look into that we are not agreeing. Imagine the end to bad government that happened. And agreeing something, setting our hands to say, Lord, there must be an end to bad governance. When we come as a people, we should stand as a people. But it will shock you that during the NSAS time, the government has to bribe some people, giving them money, giving them bag of rice. Some other they promised them bag of rice they did not see to stand against the common people that are fighting, against bad governance. So we're not united. All these vices is one of the things that has kept us, below poverty level, not agreeing. So what am I trying to say? If we come as a people and agree amongst ourselves that, look, we want to end this situation in this country, we have to agree. We have to die to self. We have to die to self-interest. We have to tell ourselves the truth. There must be acceptance amongst us. So every form of nepotism, every form of ethnicity, every form of maladministration, every form of ritual killing, every form of tribalism will not be the vices that controls us in the country. So these are one of the things I see, the tripartite problem I see in the country that calls for we looking up to a new Nigeria, because this Nigeria already has been taken over. I've been taken over. But I come here to give you good news. There is hope, because the Bible said, why I say we all are involved in it is that the Bible said in First Chronicles 7:14, it says, "My people that are called by my name will humble themselves." Turn away from their wicked way. Come to me. Cry. I will hear them from heaven, and I will heal their land. So we need to agree that we all need, we need a new Nigeria. God is expecting us to come to that level that we have all failed him. Because Nigeria, what? Nigeria belongs to God. Nigeria does not belong to any man. Nigeria does not belong to the colonial masters that ruled us before. Nigeria does not belong to our leaders that are ruling us right now. Nigeria does not belong to you and I. It belongs to God. We are the people that custodians. That God is going to ask us, how did we rule this country? How did we, stand at the time of adversity? See, at the time of adversity, we need to be our brother's keeper. At the time of adversity, we need to stand and say no to injustice. At the time of adversity, we need to come out as one people. At the time of adversity in which we find Nigeria right now, we find ourselves in Nigeria right now, we need to say no to all forms of bad governance in one spirit and in oneness. When we agree, I'm telling you, the government will not be able to take an advantage of us. What the government is seeing and taking advantage of us, you see that the price of fuel it keep going up every day, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. I'm telling you, the government know that we cannot come together and fight for our common interests. So they see our weaknesses. We don't agree among ourselves, and Igbo man will not accept an Yoruba man. A Yoruba man will not accept a Yoruba man. So you see, these are some of the things that have set us back. So until we agree and accept ourselves, I'm telling you, government will keep taking advantage of us. So that's why I call on us today, please. That's why I'm heralding this new Nigeria of our dream, whereby you see, in that new Nigeria that we're talking about, there's no nepotism in it, there's no maladministration, there's no ritual killing, there's no human trafficking, there's no all sort of vices that you find in this present Nigeria. Because the builder and maker and founder of that new Nigeria we're talking about is God himself. God is going to give us a new Nigeria, but until we agree and say, God, we want you, to intervene. But I'm just telling us that, look, Nigeria is a country that belongs to God. And I'm telling you, this is a season and a timing that God is looking for men to show himself strong. The Bible says God, the eyes of God goes to and fro the earth, looking for a man to show himself strong. And I'm telling you, God has found and discovered me. That's why I'm heralding this new Nigeria of my dream, because I know it's a reality. If only we agree with what God is doing. My prayer is that let this new Nigeria of our dream that God is going to give us, let it be in our time and our season. Because I'm telling you, Nigeria is a focal point in what God is doing. And I tell us, please, one of the things that has put this is where we have used our mouth to curse Nigeria yesterday. You see, we have said all sorts of things about this nation. We one way or the other, we say Nigeria is going nowhere. Nigeria is a stupid country. Nigeria has no future. You see, the problem we have is not Nigeria as a country. Nigeria as a country is blessed. From the north, south, east, and the west, Nigeria is blessed with both human and natural resources. The problem of Nigeria, I keep saying it, is the Nigerians, you and I that live in it. We have mismanaged the resources. But the Bible says the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein. And everything that is in the earth belongs to God. So God, he will come in his infinite wisdom, to put things right. But before God will put things right, we need to, we need to agree with God. Somebody will say, somebody will tell me, say, yes, we need God. Yes, you need God. But if we don't align ourselves as a people, there's nothing God can do. That's why we have to repent. And all of us are involved. We need to come before God and tell God we have missed it. We need you at this time, God, for you to step in, to give us a new Nigeria of our dream. I'm telling you, a new Nigeria of our dream is visible. It's a reality. I'm telling you, it's just around us, and I'll keep heralding it. Once again, if you are joining us for the first, if you are just joining us, I say welcome. I might not call your name, but I can see you. Please, thank you for staying tuned. But I encourage you to go tune to our channel. To go and like. As you like, make sure you subscribe. As you subscribe, make sure you comment. And as you comment, make sure you share. Because as you share what we are doing here, it's being heralded. Everyone is hearing it, that a new Nigeria of our dream is possible. It's a reality with God. It's only in God it can be battered. It's not in man. Because why? Nigeria belongs to God. And there's a time that God will come. If you see Nigeria is about to collapse, will have collapsed a long time ago. You agree with me? So many things has happened to this country. I'm telling you, the Oduduwas, the Yorubas have sprung up and called Oduduwa. The Igbos have sprung up and called Biafra. The Hausas have sprung up and called themselves. The names they want to call themselves, trying to split up, but God never agreed. Doesn't that shock you to tell you that there's somebody that owns the land, and it's telling you that Nigeria cannot break. Nigeria cannot collapse. But in all that we are seeing, I'm telling you, a new Nigeria is about to emerge. You that is watching me right now, you'll be seeing all these, my dressings. You see me wearing so many beads and wearing a cap. Yes, I'm telling you that I'm a Nigerian and I'm proud to be a Nigerian. I'm telling you, there's no place you can call home. If I have a place to call home, I will call it. I'm telling you, I have only one country. No matter anywhere I travel, to any part of the world, there's only one country I can call a home, and that is Nigeria. I'm telling you, no matter how comfortable you are, I'm telling you, in any part of the world, you still tell yourself the truth that there's no place like sweet home. Home is home. I'm telling you, your home of nativity, your home where you are giving back to. I'm telling you, if you go and settle and become a citizen even in other nations, I'm telling you, there will be a time whereby your children will want to come back home. In the present Nigeria that we have right now, so if we don't agree with what God is about to do, in this new Nigeria, then we will say Nigeria is lost forever. But you see, we cannot give up on this, the new Nigeria that God is about, to bet in our mix, that which I'm heralding. So you see me put on so much beads is the Africanness. Nigeria is rich in culture. I'm telling you, Nigeria is rich in everything that you can ever think about. So, and I love the culture of the country because we have diversity of cultures. Our culture is not meant to divide us. You see, yes, we see there's no country that has culture like Nigeria. I'm telling you, we have diversity of culture, but our culture should not separate us. It should be a means of we bringing us together. The beautiful cultures of Nigeria. You see the beads. These beads you are seeing, they come in various colors. Like it symbolizes, it symbolizes purity. It symbolizes power. It represents power. There's different colors of beads. You have the green beads, you have the yellow beads, you have the white bead, which is a symbol of peace. Different beads come. They are all, they are cultures that come from Nigeria. I just discovered it. I never knew. When as a little boy, I used to think that beads that we put on, there's a ritual behind it. Until I discovered that it's the beads that you see that people wear. They are fashions from Africa. Even the people outside the country right now, outside, they want to feel the beauty of the beads that we put on. We are rich in culture, so we will not allow this culture that we are endowed with by nature to go. Just to go like that. I'm telling you. So we will do all that we do. We will do all that we can to protect our interests as a people, because God has called us. When God that called us never repented. He said our calling is without repentance. Nigeria, like I said, has a focal point in what God is doing. But with what we are seeing that is happening in the nation right now, has not come to destroy the nation. I know Nigeria is going through so much at the history of this nation as a nation. I'm telling you, we have not seen such such things that is happening in the nation right now. I'm telling you, where there's so much challenges that there's so much that you are made up of. So Nigeria is made up of so much. I'm telling you, and there's so much that's expected from us. The world is waiting for us to manifest. The world is waiting for us to take our place in the community of nations. Africa is waiting for us to take our place. I'm telling you, Nigeria is a focal point in what God is doing. So as you watch me right now, please don't judge the book by the cover. But when you come much, much closer, what do I mean? As you watch me right now closely, don't judge the book by the cover. But by the time you come very, very much closer, you'll see much coming. You understand the content, or by the time you read the content of the book, you will not know what that book is made up of. So stop judging a book from afar. No matter how ugly the content of that, the cover of that book is, try as much as you can to go into the content of that book. By the time you dig into the content of that book, that you will not appreciate what that book is. What am I trying to say? Nigeria might be ugly right now. There's so much ugly vices, in Nigeria. But by the time we go deep into it, we will know that there's so much God has put in this nation. Nigeria is blessed, like I said, from the north, the south, the east, and the west. You just having a grain of corn in your hand and throw it in any soil in Nigeria. It takes just a second. It will spring up. Does that tell you anything? It tells you that there's so much that God has endowed this nation, Nigeria, with. And it is said that he that has so much is expected from. And if you have so much to do in the world, I'm telling you, Satan will always fight you. Remember, that's why you see Nigeria is going through what it is. Nigeria as a country has a destiny, it has a future. And I'm telling you, the future of this country must be bettered. In God. So that's why God is calling us. That's why I'm heralding that new Nigeria of my dream, which God is the builder and the founder and maker. Once again, I thank you for tuning into this channel. I'm telling you, wherever you are in any part of the world, please, for this channel to grow, please make sure you go like. Make sure you go comment. Make sure you subscribe. As you subscribe, you share. As you are sharing, you are heralding the new Nigeria that God is about to, manifest in our midst, or that God is building. I'm telling you, that's going to be in our midst in this time that we're expecting. So I want to talk to Nigerians out there. Please, I do not know what situation you are going through at this prime moment in your life. I'm telling you, keep holding on. But I always want to encourage people, please, when you see something, say something. Nigerians have been pushed to the wall right now that we are being choked in all areas. I'm telling you, we are no longer talking again. I tell somebody, say, if you see something, say something. Say, no, we are afraid. But eventually we talk against the government. You see, we will be killed. No, I told you initially, I said, the problem of this country is not just the Nigerian government. The problem of this country is you and I. The problem of this country is also the government. And the problem of this country is the colonial masters that brought us that came to divide and rule us. These are the problems. So with that mindset, when you have a situation that is choking you, say something. One of the highest things that is killing people in this country right now is high blood pressure, because why? And they are smiling and they're dying in silence. See, the more you express what is in your heart, genuinely, you are easing your mind. So the mind is something, the more you accumulate it, people just have stroke. People just have heart attack. Like I'm talking right now, I'm easing my mind. Find a place where to ease your mind. It's not that maybe you are pressed and you want to go to the toilet, then you keep keeping it there. It's killing you. Maybe you are pressed, you want to ease yourself. By the time you don't bring it out, you accumulate that that urine there. You see, it begins to destroy your bladder. It begins to destroy your kidney. So by the time you go into the toilet and ease yourself, you see, you are relieved. That's the same thing we find in this country. If you see something, say something. That's why our channel is now changed from Save the Education Child Foundation to Save a Child, Preserve Humanity Television. We have a TV program. That's what you are watching right now. One day, if you give me the chance, I will come to you and seek your own opinion on what you feel is the way forward for Nigeria. So once again, I thank you for being with us, taking this time, to spend some time for us to rub minds together. Please keep your comments coming, so that we can build this channel and we can herald a new Nigeria of our dream, which builder and maker and founder is God. I'm telling you, it's a reality and it is possible.